Hello, hello, Sag. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to come into the room. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do the reading that we did yesterday, where we use the oracles. And then we'll get into the tarot, okay? So we're going to have pretty much the exact same reading we did yesterday. A little bit different, but the exact same. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going to come out here for you. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Queen. How are you? This is for Sagittarius. Wow. I could barely say anything. And that was your card coming out here. At the bottom of the deck, you guys have Swiftness. I mean, whoa. Wow. So even with this card, I love the fact that it says events, which is true. Events, not just one, but many things that you guys are going to start experiencing pretty soon here. Now, we're going to come back to this card in a minute, but this looks absolutely fantastic. Can we also shout out the fact that the Swiftness came out with the partnership? That means that there's this energy of soonness, like it says, right? There's this energy of something happening pretty soon and you don't have to wait anymore. Now here with the partnership, it says, a new partnership is making its way into your life. Now, I could admit that your partnership could have something to do with your working career. You're partnering up with someone. You guys are about to open up a business, right? Partnership could be with your sister, your friend, a lover. Okay? You're going to go into partnership with your lover, not with romantically only, but with some type of business. But that's what it's saying. It says, who will see your true potential? So it's I love the fact that whoever this person is, it's you know what? You got what it takes. You got exactly what it takes here, Sag. And you're oh, really? They're yeah, you got it. You got the it factor. Okay? And they're going to help you reach your goals. And this can turn into a very beneficial partnership, even romantically. I'm going to say it's both. I am. I want to say for a lot of you, it is both. But can we just talk about, again, like I said before, the fact that the Swiftness came out was just crazy. It literally says events will be moving at a very fast pace. Now, you guys already know I kind of adjust what the card says because Swiftness is it's about to start happening. It's about to come in here real soon. So stay flexible. You have to stay flexible, right? Because you can't cramp up, right? You can't shell up. You can't be oh my God, I'm not ready for this. I didn't think it was going to come that fast. Yeah, you did. You did know that it was going to come that fast. I just told you. You had all of this time to prepare. We've talked about this for months. We've talked about how Jupiter was going to come in blessing you. We've talked about how Saturn was coming in that's going to bless you and stabilize you out. You did know this. So now that it's actually happening, and when it starts to happen, don't freeze up. Okay? You don't really have that much time. Okay, because technically, like I said before, we already know that Jupiter is going to go into Leo, in July? You're about to have Saturn about to go into Aries literally this weekend. What is that hitting in your chart? What is that aspecting in your chart? Oh, yeah. Let's keep going. This is for Saturn. This is for Sagittarius. Some of you guys are dealing with an older person of some sort. This could be a mother. This could be an older person romantically, but an older individual. Or there's going to be someone that's going to come into your life that's older than you. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, you guys have uncertainty. We'll definitely talk about that. And you had Soul Tribe. You've been feeling isolated. You've been feeling isolated. You've been feeling okay. It's okay if I don't have friends, but I need somebody, right? It's okay if I don't have a lot of people around me, but there needs to be some people that I can kind of like rely on. I hate when I hear people like, I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. That is not even remotely true. I don't care how many times I've read that for people. I don't care, and they be so convinced. I'm like, that's not true, because I can see that that's not true. Remember, you are formulating your soul tribe. No one is telling you who to be friends with. Nobody's telling you that you have to be friends with someone named Bianca. You don't like her. That's okay. You don't have to be friends with her. Okay? But there are people who are going to come into your life that's going to be aligned. And now listen to what this says. It says a few connections. Exactly, right? You feel comfortable with a few. You don't feel comfortable with a whole bunch of people. A few connections that's going to cheer you up, okay? These are going to, it says, you're about to find your soul companions and form what? True soul connections built on love and trust. This ain't one of those things where you have to side-eye people when you come in a room. I don't know if I can trust them. I don't know if I don't really know like that. It's not that. These are not the people that you're going to be hanging out with. These are not the people that you're going to choose. But it is going to be people who you could be like, man, it's something that, I remember coming across one of my best friends. I will never forget it. I met her for the first time. I was out somewhere. It was a whole bunch of different people. Okay. And I remember coming across her because we had some type of it was like a meeting event or whatever it's called. And we talked for close to 2 hours. And everybody was like, why are they still talking? We couldn't stop talking because we were so much alike. Okay, so that's the type of energy that I'm getting here. Now, something else that I see here at the bottom of the deck, it talks about uncertainty. Now, we're going to talk about this, okay, because we see the good stuff here. I just feel like, even though good things are happening, there's this directional thing that's a problem. Like, what should I do? Where should I go? Is this right for me? I'm not sure. I think we talked about this yesterday, right? But this is what it says. Because people are playing a role in your life, right? You have to decide who's going to be the people that's going to stay and leave. This card says people may be playing mind games with you or leaving out information on purpose, which can lead you to confusion and frustration. Isn't that funny? We just talked about people who you can trust, right? Do you understand what the universe is about to do? I already knew that you were probably confused for a while, especially with Neptune being there, people who you couldn't see. A lot of people who you just couldn't see. And you knew that certain things were happening, but maybe you didn't even want to believe it. A lot of these cycles and these people and stuff like that is about to close out. Even this uncertainty that you've been experiencing, you've been feeling, all of that is about to bye. Bye-bye now. We're going to go. Universe is like, even if I have to let them hurt your feelings, we have to do something drastic enough to get these people out of here. Now, there's other things that you could be feeling a little uncertain about, right? There's just a lot of stuff. We're going to keep going. There's a lot of learning you've done here. A lot of learning. Maybe we'll make this an oracle day. Oracles we be in here. We be sad, okay? Here with forgiveness. Ooh, and got career change at the bottom of the deck. We already knew that. We talked about that yesterday. That's a hard one. Forgiveness. Who is it talking about you got to forgive? We're going to talk about it. We're going to clarify that card. Here it says, you're finally getting over something or someone, and though it was not easy, you will ultimately forgive and move on peacefully to set yourself free. We're not talking about them. Oh, hold on. I forgot that part of right here. You guys, you can see. There you go. We're not talking about them. Don't bring them in this. It says what? It says you. So you can set yourself free. You holding on to bitterness and resentment and anger is not really beneficial for you at this point, at this stage in life. And I get it. I've said this before. Remember when I said this before? When I said, I don't know what you've been through, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys have been through some things that would just seem unforgivable. We're not talking about forgiving the act. We're not talking about forgiving something that someone said that could have really caused harm to you, right? We're not talking about that. We're saying that this thing that has control over you, which is what they meant to do, you have to be able to take your life back. Okay? Now, you are going to be faced with needing to forgive someone, or maybe you need to forgive yourself. Because sometimes you can be in things. Remember, we talked that whole uncertainty, not seeing people for who they are, not seeing things clearly. And then you come out of the fog and you're like, I can't believe I even remotely entertained that. I was around them that long. I gave them money. I let them live in my house. I let them drive my car. I let them around my family. I was at this job and I let my coworker, I gave them my password because I trust them. You know, it's just stuff like that, right? And you're like, I can't even believe that I really did that. So we're talking about forgiveness as a whole. That's what we're saying. Let it go. Okay, you're moving in something that's too special for you to be holding on, clamming on to that type of garbage. Now, it says that you guys are going to be having a career change here. Your luck is definitely about to change. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God. Are you guys ready? Sagittarius, I know. I can feel it. I swear. I can feel y'all, like, prepping for it. Some of y'all got this little doubt. You're kind of like, nah, I don't know. I'll just wait for it to happen. I'll just wait. You want to know the biggest change that's going to help you? Not just necessarily Jupiter. Jupiter is very subtle. It's going to be Saturn. Oh yeah, that's going to be the one right there. Okay, you have two planets that's trining you. Even if you didn't even feel the subtleness of Jupiter, Saturn is going to come up and be like, wait, we're going to tag team. I'm going to back you up, Jupiter. I'm going to tag team you because see, they didn't feel you. They don't necessarily feel you yet, but they're going to feel me. Here with this good luck, it says you're manifesting nothing but good luck. Okay. You have a superpower. You are harnessing this superpower. You are making decisions and trusting what? Yourself during this time. Okay. In these changes, you're going to trust yourself. So remember we talked about the whole uncertainty. No matter what it was, you're going to do it. You're going to be like, I know what I need to do. Here it says, expand your horizons. Stop playing yourself small. That means don't be going after people, dating people who feel safe to you. And you know they ain't, you know how like sometimes people date people when they know that it's like they're safe because I don't think that they'll hurt me like that. Like they're safe because, you know, they don't have a lot, you know what I mean? It's like you've been giving charity ass, okay? They're safe because you don't believe that this person will have that big of effect on your life. When the universe is like, well, see, that's not even in your realm anymore. See, we're talking about the big leagues here. This is the reason why I was telling you that you need to what? Stop playing it safe. But even you've been doing this whole, like, I don't think I'm ready. Universe been telling you that there's been other people, other opportunities, other things for you. And you're like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm ready. But the change is here. And there's nothing you can do about it. This is what you're going to experience. You're going to experience this change. Let's see here. Here it says South Node. There is something from your past that you will be faced with. Something of your past. Now, you guys already know that the nodes are in Virgo and in Pisces. What house is that for you? What house is it for you? You should know this. You should know this. Everybody looking at my reading should know this. Okay, please don't come here if you do not know your chart. Talked about that plenty of times. We are educated on here. We're not in the dark. Okay, here it says this has something to do with past lives. People from your past life. Now, we already said that there's a partnership, right? So we're saying someone who you are supposed to meet. And it also says unfinished business. Now, see, this part right here could be a little tricky. Not just about, someone who's meant to come in your life, the past life, this is your person, right? But it's also this thing where it kind of feels like someone that you have to close out a cycle with, the person that you may even have to forgive. Like the South, the South ain't done yet. The North is waiting, but the South ain't done. You hear how, you see where it says unfinished, or this familiarity that's still looming around, and some of you guys are going to be experiencing someone from the past. We're not done. Hold on. We got a lot to get through here. Here it says taking charge, being bold, active, moving quickly, stepping into your power. And I really do believe that. And here it is. As soon as I split the deck, the 10th house, I'm telling you, there's something about your career that's about to take off. I kind of find that very strange that this popped out two completely different oracle decks saying the same thing. Completely different deck. Here with, and this is funny because this is the house of Saturn. Remember, I absolutely said that earlier. I was like, Saturn. When I was really supposed to be saying Sagittarius. No, the 10th house is Saturn ruled. Okay? It does with what? Your career, your reputation, your fame, your legacy, your purpose, your status, your achievement, your power. All of that is being activated by those two planets. You, Aries, Leo, especially if you have all that fire in your chart, then God, Lee, can you even imagine what you're about to experience? You want to know what's so crazy? I got like one planet in one, fire, maybe another one in another, but I don't have a lot of it. I don't have a lot. Okay. The universe decided for me to be some air and some earth and a little bit of fire, right? Just a tad bit, but not that much, okay? But a lot of you guys are definitely about to take this opportunity, or to take advantage rather of what's about to happen. Let's get into your reading. Let's get it. First card that's going to pop out. I'm not going to do it normally. I'm just going to do it like this so you guys can see. Boom, what comes out here? No reversals. You got the moon card. Some of you guys are dealing with a Pisces. Oh, totally dealing with a Pisces. So you guys are about to get over some type of, extreme depression, sadness. Okay. Some of you guys are really sad because somebody that isn't here anymore. Okay. I don't know who that was. Seemed like somebody was really sad, really depressed. And I don't know why they're not here, but that energy is there where they're not here. Okay. And that really kind of like spun you out a little bit and spun you out. I feel this is mostly past energy. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of you guys really got spun out, okay, with some type of death here. All right. A lot of you guys were actually dealing with people who had huge addictions. You could have had parents that were addicted to things. You could have had, partners that were addicted to things. You guys had to deal with a lot of addictive behaviors, okay? That's what I'm seeing. Interesting that I saw that. I wonder what this has to do with your reading moving forward. Let's see. Seven of Pentacles. You know how before no one really liked you enough the way that you wanted them to, right? You have tons of people who liked you, by the way. They were just always magnetized towards you. They always gathered around you, right? They were always around. Even though you attracted a lot of good people, quality people, but you also attracted the haters because they didn't like the fact that you were getting the attention. They didn't like that. But the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is that you had a lot of people who didn't necessarily believe in you, pour into you. When I tell you the way that this look, your mind is going to be blown. When's the last time someone actually been committed to you? And I can tell you right now, a lot of y'all are like, I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. And I'm talking about actually pouring into you. And that is what I'm saying. You want to know the reason why that's happening? Because a lot of you guys, it's because you're doing it to yourself. You are now pouring into yourself. You have time to do it where maybe before you really didn't have time, maybe because you had a lot of responsibility, maybe the circumstances where you couldn't really pour into yourself. I see you really pouring into yourself, and I see that you guys are on it. And because you are doing that, I mean, there are life-changing events in this reading, which is when we go back to that card that talked about, hey, the swiftness, there's about to be some events that are about to happen very quickly for you, and that is what I'm seeing. A lot of you guys don't like your job. That's another reason why that's going to be part of how you're going to pour into yourself. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm rotting away at this job when I'm not making enough money. I don't like the way that I feel. I don't like the fact that my coworkers piss me off. I don't like the fact that, like, I got to come in at weird hours. They refuse to give me, the pay that I want. Like, I'm tired of it, right? And so, okay, remember, the universe is triggering something here for you. That is what I'm really saying. It's like it's a trigger first before you actually make the move. There's no point of you working 12-hour shifts or making or working two different places and still feel like you're without this dissatisfaction with your money. Some of you guys are actually investing in certain things, or you're waiting for investments to, kind of like fall through for you. You've been really committed to this particular stock, really committed to this particular coin or whatever. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I really do believe that, and it's not even believe. I don't know when, but when it happens, I'm telling you, your money is through the roof here. Your money is through the roof. 8 of Swords. It's been, man, when I tell you, baby, you cannot. I don't know who did this to you. Who did this to you? Who did this to you? What they say? What did they do? Isn't it interesting that the 8 of Swords is falling right on that forgiveness card? That's not even my preoccupation card, right? This is not my overly obsessive card. But it does tell me that for some of you, it is not even your money that's like this. This is your mind. You can't get over what someone has done. Now, this is interesting. There is someone in your energy right now. I feel like they could be either a Pisces, I think I said this earlier, a Pisces, an Aries, a Capricorn, a Virgo, a Taurus, a Gemini. Was the other one that I just saw? Libra. Okay. There is one of those signs that are in your energy who may be wanting forgiveness. And you refuse to give it to them. You refuse to give it to them. You're like, no. And they're like, God, Lee, please. And you're like, no, I refuse. And see, this is the problem. This person is going to end up being way worse than what they were before you ever came in. It is going to be one of those things where it's not like, oh, because Sagittarius isn't in my life, all of a sudden they're going to go downhill. Okay, you already know on this channel, I'm not going to be fooling you, feeding you bullshit. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. Ain't nobody life gonna turn upside down because you ain't in their life and giving them ass anymore. That's not the way it works, okay? This is something different. This just kind of feels like it's energetically like it was something that they were wanting from you or needing from you that you're no longer giving them. So now they're not able to really sustain themselves the way that they used to. I do feel a regression. I'm not saying that they're going to be on the street somewhere, but I do believe that there is you already knew that something was wrong with this person before they came up in here. Let's just keep it real, right? Like the person already had the problem before you came up in here, but you were their distraction, but they still couldn't get it together because they had a problem anyway, right? They had a problem before you came up in here. They had addictions. They had codependency issues. They had mom and dad issues. They had family issues. They had money issues. They had those issues. You leaving their life and them faltering does not mean that that's karma. It's just meaning you're removing your energy and they're going back to what they were anyway. This is who they are. This is who they've always been. But again, like I said before, for a lot of you, you've been with this whole, rose-colored glasses, didn't really see the person, didn't see the people the way for who they really were, and you allowed this person into your life. The universe was actually using you to help them to give them time to actually come out of it, but because they refuse to, now they're going to suffer the consequences of their stubbornness. That's all this is. Has nothing to do with the universe is going to kick their ass because they didn't treat you right. Right? No. It had something to do with they were already trash, unfortunately. I don't want to say it that way. But they already had these type of issues before you came in. You saw it. You dealt with it. You left. And now there it is. Okay? That's just basically what I am saying. I don't really see that they're having a lot of support from their families or stuff. So it does kind of look like whatever this is, they keep putting themselves in a bind. And maybe they come to you for help. They come to you in some way and you were there to help them. You got the Ace of Wands. You have the High Priestess here. Somebody got trapped with a baby. Somebody got intentionally got a baby. You either got somebody put a baby in you, or you were trying to get somebody to put a baby in you. Or you were trying to put a baby in somebody. It depends, right? Or somebody had a baby outside of your connection. Somebody was trying to trap your person, which happens, right? So this is the reason why I say you could tell, your relationship or the connection that you were in. For some of you, this is the reason why it has to end, because how dare you, right? Because if I look at this for what this really looks like you guys were really y'all were a unit. And so you have all these secrets. You have two cards that talks about hidden secrets. What did we see with the uncertainty card? Is that here? Can I move it? No, I did. Remember with the uncertainty, it says that someone is playing mind games. It's oh, really? Someone is playing mind games because they are toxic as hell. They want you to be okay with their low life energy. I know that you're better than me, but I refuse to let you go. So I'm just going to tell you what you want to hear. I want to pretend like that person over there means nothing to me, or that the child that I just birthed was an accident. It was an oopsie. I only did it once, right? It's that type of thing. You could tell that whatever this person put themselves in a bind. And I love the fact that in the beginning of this reading, it specifically said how you were going to be moving in a different direction. Now, somebody could have got married, and then they were like, maybe I wouldn't get, or they could have gotten married, or someone was in a relationship and they were about to get out of it and the person had the baby. I'm telling you, I see some trickiness here. I see some trickiness, and it's it don't even matter. It doesn't matter. At this point, this person looks like they can't get up out of that. Okay? Some of you guys are dealing with a Leo, or it will be something happening during Leo season that is going to be very much so of significance for you here. Well, the fact that you are bouncing back. That's the first card that came out that I saw. After setbacks, you guys are bouncing back. You guys are recovering from something. You refuse to be put down. You refuse to be, I think you guys had perseverance. It's just so on part for that, right? This is the Swiftness. See, you see him about to take off. Ooh, I can't wait. I'm so excited for y'all, right? I am so excited. I know that this is about to happen. I know. And it's when you get those opportunities, when the opportunities actually come in here, I'm telling you, you guys are going to fly. Okay? You guys are going to fly. Business-wise, pay attention to anybody who says something, who does something weird when it comes down to business or anything dealing with money. Be really, really careful. Okay, I asked that card dealing with money, and that's the card that come out. I mean, of course, we know that deals with relationships, but that's not what I asked. Okay, so to me, we saw those business partnerships, that type of stuff. That's one of those things. If you don't understand what you're signing, if you don't know what this is, please ask. Okay, just say, hey, can you explain to me what this means? Can you tell me what this is saying? Like, is there any type of adhesion clauses in this contract? Like, is there anything that I need to know that maybe I don't get? Okay, please just be a little bit more verbal about what it is that you are getting yourself into or what you're committing to. Okay, with that. Let's do one more. You are grinding. Some of you guys are going to be opening up your own business, opening up something. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. That's part of your career change. That's going to be something new that you're going to be doing. Okay? You didn't have nothing. And in 2 years from now, you're going to be like, I had nothing. And baby, I have everything. Like this, she has her own stuff. Through some type of lucky big break. This is in harmony with that good luck card. I'm telling you, this is going to happen for you, and I love it so much. You guys are right at the precipice, right? You're right there. Do not allow anyone to distract you out of your goals, out of your purpose. I mean, which I don't, doing astrology, I just don't see that. Like if you're meant to do something, you're meant to do it. Okay. I'm just saying, don't slow it down even more. That's what I'm saying. Sagittarius, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And if you guys are interested in a personal reading, all that information is down below in the description box. If you have Virgo in your chart, I will be doing Virgo next. I love you guys, and I will see you a little bit later.